See why I'm laughing, see why I'm smiling, see why I'm making new friends.
Well, hello, CYO Family. Welcome to another tutorial. Today we're going to talk about firearms. My name's Bob Hewson. I'm the President CEO of CYO, and so this is pretty fun for me. You know, I used to be able to instruct some of the curriculum, and so I get to come back to my roots in the firearms, and I'm really excited. And firearms at CYO, you know, we have several curriculums. We have both the shotgun curriculum and then the rifle, and so we're going to talk about both. But they both start at a very important point. Well, gang, today we're going to use a couple of what we call inert firearms. And you notice that I'm using the term firearm. Here at CYO, we certainly don't call them weapons, and we try to stay away from even calling them guns. But firearms seems appropriate, and that's what they are. And so if that becomes part of your vocabulary, I think that's important, because sometimes when we talk, if you're in a conversation and the term weapon comes up, we're at a whole different level in people understanding, and possibly they don't want to, they can't appreciate what we're going to talk about, subject matter, because that's a strong word. So firearm seems appropriate. Two of the firearms that we're going to use today, first one is a .22, and this is a rifle. And we're going to use this and talk about safety measures, just like we're going to talk about a shotgun. And this just happens to be a over and under shotgun, and both of which you'll have the opportunity to use in our curriculums. This is a over and under shotgun, happens to be a 12 gauge. But so this is important. This is a fun part of the conversation. We could be talking about the gauges, and we could be talking about the models and the makeup, the difference in all these firearms. But you know what? That's not what it's about. Today's about the safety measures, the very simple, elementary points that we want to make about every firearm. Even if we're talking about pistols, which we're not going to demonstrate today, but for the shotguns and the rifles, there's three letters that are critically important, and those letters are M-A-T. M stands for muzzle. So each of these firearms, as I pulled them out of their firearm case, you notice that the muzzle direction, I have them oriented in what I believe a safe direction to my right, knowing that there's nothing over here to my right. How important is that? Well, especially pulling it out of a firearm sleeve, or gun sleeve, I don't know, as I pull this out, whether this is loaded or not. I can't tell, and especially with a over and under, what they call a break action. My goodness, until I open it up, you really can't see, and I can't prove to you that this is in a very safe position. And so sometimes pulling it out of what we believe is one of the safest environments, it being, you know, somewhat safe in its own sleeve, can be one of the most dangerous positions, because we can't see the action. Action. What's that begin with? An A. That's the second letter. So we started with the muzzle and the importance of the muzzle direction. Next is the action. Here at CYO, and actually everywhere you go when you're participating in the shooting sports, you should always know about your action and how to demonstrate that your action is open and empty. Easily seen on the shotgun. And once you know about the action, this happens to be a bolt action, once you know about the action on our .22s, clearly you can see again that this action is open and it's empty. The T of MAT is the trigger. That's the T. M-A-T, muzzle, action, and now the trigger. For this firearm to shoot, it needs my action, my finger, to pull to actually make it go off. So keeping your finger out of the what's called the trigger guard, both firearms have that. Shotgun, on the rifle, a trigger guard, which gives you that last reminder that your muzzle better be in a safe direction. Now that your action's closed, we're going to assume that it has a bullet in the chamber, and the last measure of safety is the trigger guard. Do not put your finger on the trigger until you know what you're pointing the firearm at, till you're ready to shoot at the target. M-A-T, it's as easy as that. Don't make it any more complicated. And please don't get caught up in all the makes and models, the differences in actions. When it comes down to it, those 3 letters, those save lives. Well, hey gang, thanks for watching this tutorial. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook.